When cases go to court, does the court not know what the case is about? And yet questions are asked as if they don't know. You, who's coming to the court, when you go and stand in the, what do you call it, the dock, the court case says Nana Fredua versus Bright. When Bright goes to stand there, what does he do? What is your name? The court knows your name, yet they ask you your name. So what are we talking about? That is not an issue.
Okay,
what the issue is? Yes, no problem. What the issue is?
Okay.
You know when the Muntie 3, another infamous thing from the president.
Wrap up for me.
Yes, I am. When the Muntie 3, another infamous thing done by the president, which mars our culture. When it was done, did you notice what the court said? The court said that the AG should also act. The court could have been acting while the AG acted on their crime. What they did was a crime. The contempt matter was that for the Supreme Court.
Okay.
The crime context of it belonged to the AG's office. We know that one won't happen.
I'm grateful.
So it tells you that two things can happen at the same time. There's nothing wrong. This technicality about if it is a shraj, you shouldn't go to. There are two separate bodies and they can work at the same time.
I'm grateful for your time.
There's more to talk about.
Look, you ate our time at this one. All right, Samuel, let's move on. A quick reaction to that. I mean, he's suggesting that, these issues about Shraj, there are two separate institutions. The fact that it is about the country and the fact that we need to expose this, and that is why he thinks that it is still, Parliament should still sit on it.
Look, Nana, let's be sincere. President Mahama is not new to Ghanaians. Ghanaians do not need a desperate attempt at rebranding him by my friend Nana Fredua. President Mahama has been in public office for the better part of 20 years. He was member of parliament for 12 years, since 1996. He was deputy minister of communication, minister of communication. The MPP came to power. Their senior minister, some said he was prime minister, publicly pronounced that by the time they are done dealing with the NDC ministers, the NDC will be in smithereens. The NDC will have collapsed. Not one allegation was ever raised against Minister John Mahama. Not one. The man is incorruptible since he has been in public office. So it is not this morning that you will attempt to rebrand and whitewash the man who we have known, who we have come to admire, we have come to love, and we have kept voting for, not only the people of Bole Bamboe, but the good people of this country. Keep voting for him when he was on the ticket as vice president, on the ticket as flag bearer, as presidential candidate. We know him. We know that he stands for our values. We know that he amplifies what is good in us. He's not corruptible. He's a unifier. He's clean. He is a man who takes the mandate of the people seriously and delivers on that mandate. Who in this world, Nana, goes for a bribe and documents it? I mean, please, let's give the president some, please. You know, one of the requirements in the constitution to become president is that he should be of sound mind. The president hasn't lost that. Who in this world? Look at the chain of events. Ambassador writes to Ghana, the ambassador in Burkina Faso writes, who documents bribe? And then it goes to the presidential pool. Let's look at all the definitions of conflict of interest, of abuse of office. There are key elements in there. It is not just a matter of hot air. There are key elements. Personal gain is a key element when you come to define what you may want to call abuse of office, conflict of interest, which are all, things that you can call corrupt practices. Did the fourth expedition go into the president's private house? Did he use it privately? It is a matter known by all, settled, that the vehicle is in the presidential pool. He never used the vehicle. We have never seen him use that vehicle. Not him, not his wife, not his children, not a family member. It is in the presidential pool.
Now that's concerns
the very element
contract awarded to him perhaps is linked to the Ford car.
Does the president award contracts? Does the president award contracts?
He can't influence the award of the contract too.
How can he do that? How can he do that when there's a procurement law in this country, and the contract in reference is a contract which went through the international procurement practices, best practices, an EU contract, European Union contract, and we all know how stringent, these our donor partners are when they come to following the procurement law and selecting contractors to do this. This man, Kanazue, we are told, is a very prominent African contractor who did not start. His first contract was not when he gave the Ghanaian government a gift. So you see, let us really be sincere to ourselves, and let us stop the attempt to throw dirt at the president and to just muddy the waters. There are no elements of corruption.
Your critics say that just as you MPs can, when you are your parties in government, can lobby for development projects in your constituencies, the president can also in a way influence contract given to this person in order to receive these gifts.
Nana, let's look at the gift in question.
Yes, that's my name.
Oh, really?
Let's look at the gift in question. A whole president of the Republic of Ghana, whose the vehicles at his disposal are more valuable than what is in question for the expedition. So because of that, a whole president accepts a Ford expedition and then is trying to lobby and influence a process. Please. Please.
So he can't do that.
We know President Mahama. He has been in public office since 96. It's 20 years this year since he's been in public office. And not once, despite all the attempts by the NPP when they came to power to investigate ministers and to hold them behind a bar and all of that. They never got anything, not a scintilla of evidence against the incorruptible President Mahama. So let's stop these things. Nana Fredua threw a lot of fallacies, to be diplomatic, this morning, that there is some report out there that President Mahama is ranked second to Jacob Zuma. It is false. He should give us the source. All the official anti-corruption indices point to Ghana improving. We are doing better than the NPP era. All the check Transparency International, the most credible. Ghana is actually the 7th least, the latest report, which we all have read and we all know. So where is this report that only Nana Fredua has seen?
Yeah, where is that coming from? I think the last time we were here,
on the issue came up, and then we got
to know that it was a mistake.
On the issue of gifts, Nana, every president has received gifts, and President Obama, President Cameron, former Prime Minister Cameron, all of them received gifts. President Kufuor received gifts, including the 3 Mercedes-Benz armored vehicles from the former Libyan leader, President Gaddafi. Are we to say that once gifts are received during your tenure as president, then you are corrupt? It is whether the gift was for personal gain. Was there an attempt to shroud the gift in secrecy, to hide it from the people? All of these things are not present. And you want Ghanaians to believe that the man who we have known for the better part of 20 years to be incorruptible, to be so clean, to be so modest. President Mahama still wants to drive himself, still loves his good old Toyota, very simple man. Very simple man. We know him. We don't need Nana Fredua to paint a different creature to us.
Let me put this question to Nana. So for instance, he suggests that President Kufuor received Mercedes-Benz, and some have argued that, well, it was these same Libyans who built the Golden Tulip, and so there's a link between the Mercedes-Benz and Golden Tulip.
And what did you say to him on that matter? There was a clear difference. You say something to, because
no. That's why you are here.
There was a clear. I'm not the moderator. This is a moderator's question. There was a clear difference.
You need to clarify.
There's a clear difference between the way that Mercedes was handled and the way this Ford expedition was handled. the Mercedes, it was stated clearly that it was a state gift. It was received by the chief of staff at the time. This one, it was stated that it was a gift in return for a visit or representation by the president to the gentleman's funeral. Have you heard some before? That when you go to a funeral, they dash you for the... What kind of friends do I have? What kind of friends do I have? What kind of friends do I have?
Nana.
You see, I was very clear and silent when you were speaking.
Okay,
because today, Bright Nana prayed to the gods that we'll have a decent program. So I was very silent. Yes. You see, who goes to a funeral and comes away with the Ford expedition as a gift? That was the... Go and check the Manasseh Azure thing. Go and check. I'm not speaking out of the blue. From the letter. How is it that a vehicle is entering this country and the processes that are used to control its entry are not the same as other state vehicles? When it entered the country, what port did it use? What documentation do we have there? Why? It's sitting in the president's, what do you call them, lot of cars, and yet nobody really can identify it and bring it out and point to us that this is the vehicle. Isn't it interesting?
Is it not for security reasons?
What kind of security reasons?
The president
there's no vehicle that the president uses that the country doesn't know about.
I don't even know.
I'm saying when you go out there, when the president is driving in a car, they don't paint the car with invisible paint so that the car passes without us seeing it. So let's stop acting like children. Now, today, for the first time in the history of this country's politics, we have seen an NDC apparatchik, an actor, a leader in the NDC, trying to paint Mr. Mahama with the word incorruptible. We need to give him a round of applause. Is it true? He hasn't answered the Amajaro matter. He hasn't answered the Embraer matter. Those things are factors that have been alleged against the president. He's unable to... By his own people. Mr. Martinamidu is not an NPP actor or CPP actor. What are we talking about? Matter of corruptibility. Yes. We all know him. Yes, we know him as Mr. Mahama so and so.
Nana,
but the reality on the ground is that
these are allegations. You agree. Okay, that's why I don't want us to go there. You agree.
Why did you accept his allegations but didn't
accept? I did not accept.
He alleged.
I didn't accept. He's not told.
You alleged that Mr. Mahama is incorruptible.
Oh, right.
That's not an allegation.
Then what is it?
Okay, that is a fact.
We have to put it to the test.
That is a fact.
We have to put it to the test.
Okay.
That incorruptibility
have you ever prosecuted President Mahama? Have you ever prosecuted President Mahama? Has President Mahama been convicted by any court or competent jurisdiction?
Public, this is TV3. Okay, they want decency. When I'm talking, they are interjecting with
decency and truth.
Decency and truth. Why? When you spoke on truth, I wrote it down on sound. When you were speaking, I wrote the untruths down. You see, when you were speaking, I wrote the untruths down.
Truth goes with decency.
When you were speaking, I wrote the untruths down. I did not speak.
Mention one untruth.
I said that. What is the story behind Embraer? Tell us.
And these are
what is the story?
He who alleges must prove. You tell us what the story is.
Allegations against who?
The president.
Is it not a problem? When you allege something like that against the president, is it not a problem? So this thing that we are discussing, it is going to Parliament. Did he use the words alleged?
This is ridiculous.
They are matters of concern. If it is alleged, they are matters of concern. I'm saying that Embraer, it is a matter of corruption. When I was describing the image, the concern, the attitude, how it affects us, I didn't only refer to Mr. Mahama, but to his appointees. And the things that they are alleged to have done, and how he has entertained them. They are all negative.
Now, if the opposition won't take it up, must we every day go ahead and mention it?
Say that again.
The opposition won't take these allegations up.
Oh, has it not?
Well,
how did I get to know?
To the court if it is possible.
How did I get to know? How did I get
because
to know?
We can't continue
because
to
it
say
was taken up. I didn't go and do the investigation. I didn't. But you see, and that's why when you asked me the question, I asked you, what did you say to him? Sometimes you guys fail to recognize your responsibility.
No, not.
Yes. The media. I don't expect you to. The reality is that the reality is that some of these things, and it is why the president, Mr. Mahama, will tell us that Ghanaians forget easily, because next week this will not be an issue. The media will leave it alone. You must investigate to the end. Help put things to an end in this country. This thing. You asked a question I was answering, you interjected earlier. You see, we don't have the numbers in Parliament. When it is a matter of principle, when we have visions about the fact that we want our country to be stable, we want to constantly have an image of incorruptibility, we want efficiency and things to come, it should not be a partisan argument. A party might take it, but on a matter of principle, why? The NDC have principled people. They must side with the matter of principle and raise the question. Yes, you see, it is about Ghana.
It is not my job to.
It is about Ghana. Why is it? Why is it not your job?
It is not my job.
Why is it not your job? Why is it not your job?
It is not my job to ask them to side.
Some of your viewers might sometimes notice that today your tie was crooked. When you go off the set, somebody will call you. Is it their job? Let us stop doing that. Let us be real. Everything that has to do with politics has to do with everybody. You don't, it is everybody.
Partisan politics? That's what you mean?
Yes.
Not politics.
Regardless.
Partisan politics.
Both, it has to do
with... It can't do with everybody, if it is partisan.
Why not?
Partisan politics?
If he is the NDC, what you are telling me is that he as an NDC person should say what he likes. I should build a wall between us.
I have not said that.
That's what you're telling me. I'm saying that just as my things in my party matter to him, rightfully so, his things in his party matter to me, right? Because ultimately, why? When we walked into the studio this morning, did Sam meet me with a frown face?
No.
He was happy because we're friends.